Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You, with another episode of Black Fathers Now. Now, dig this, man. I hope y'all are having a great day. Hope you're making things happen. I'm actually out here getting my little morning exercise in before the kids wake up. So, this is like one of the few times before they go back to school that you have, your time. You got to do so before they get up, or else. Y'all know what that means. Okay. But yo, so I hope y'all are having a great day. And I had a thought that I wanted to kind of run by you. And that thought is this: study what you fear. Study what you fear. Now, what do I mean by that? Actually, the previous episode that I just launched, episode 175 of Black Fathers Now, with my man Walter Moore, he talked about the value of really getting to know and learn what it is your kids are interested in. Because if you don't know what they're interested in and you don't understand and learn that, you can't offer great counsel. You can't offer advice. You can't offer insight to what it is they're interested in. So you have to learn that, even if it's something you don't understand. And that made me think about a concept, and it's been floated around by numerous speakers and numerous perspectives and numerous personalities. But it's the whole concept of study what you fear. If you really think about fear, 9 times out of 10, fear is simply because you don't understand something. If you understand something, you don't fear it. Typically, people who fear guns are people who didn't grow up around guns, right? But once they understand how to use them and how to properly, safely, take the safety off and all of that, everything associated with guns, a lot of people don't fear guns anymore. Now, they might fear people with guns, but they don't fear guns anymore. The same thing with water. A lot of people who fear water are people who can't swim, right? But once they learn how to swim, yes, they might not want to get stuck out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. But the reality is they no longer fear water, right? Because they've studied what they fear. They learned how to swim. They learned about guns. Or people who fear, it's funny, we're talking Black fathers now, people who fear fatherhood, right? Who are scared of being dads. Typically are scared because they haven't become a dad yet. Then once they become a dad, you realize, like, yeah, this is tough, but I can do it, right? They lean into it. And it might be on the job studying by actually actively parenting, but the reality is they studied what they feared, and they no longer fear being a dad because they became one, right? So I said that to you today to think about something that you fear. It might not be something that you've ever told anybody about, right? But something that you fear. And I challenge you to lean into that thing and study it. Because I almost guarantee, I mean, I don't throw guarantees out there, but I'll just about guarantee that if you study something, you'll no longer fear it. Now, you might not like it still. You might have questions about it. It might not be your cup of tea. But the reality is, if you study something, you typically won't fear it anymore because then you learn it. And fear is typically predicated by the unknown. So the next moment that something creeps up in your spirit, it's like, yo, I'm scared of something, or I fear this thing, your natural tendency is to run from it. I'm asking you to buck the natural, lean into it, and go and study that thing you fear. If you fear math, pull out some math books. Literally dive in, take some courses, go to YouTube, whatever. If you fear accounting, if you fear, technology, because there's a lot of people who fear technology. They want to stay with their one piece of technology. They don't want nothing to upgrade. You fear that because you've not leaned into the concept of technology and learned. Because once you learn, you're not going to fear it anymore. Again, you might not like it. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about fear. So, to quell fear, to get rid of fear, lean into it, study it, and learn. Because once you learn, you'll no longer fear it. All right. Well, fellas, I hope this is something that you can think about, you can apply to your life, that you can take action on, because the reality is we can't walk in fear. From a spiritual perspective, God's not giving us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. So how do we walk in power? How do we have a sound mind? We got to lean into those things that we fear, study them, because then they won't fear us. We won't fear them or fear it anymore. All right. Well, hey, y'all, I hope all is well. I hope y'all got something out of this. And as always, make sure to subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel. down here, literally set your notifications, and yeah, literally share this thing out, man. If you're listening via Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, any of the podcast listening apps, please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to leave ratings. Please make sure to share this thing out. Please make sure to leave comments, as it helps us to grow in the search ability on the various platforms. And I guess until next time, fellas, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you.